Good evening everybody, today we are back with a brand new video and I am going to be doing a micro house challenge. This challenge has already been completed by Little Simsy and James Turner. I'm not too sure if it's been done by many other people, but it seems like a really fun challenge. It is basically that we have to make an entire house that is only 32 tiles. It has to have a 12,000 budget, which is going to be really difficult anyway, and it has to house 3 people. We also cannot use the bb.moveobjects cheat, which is going to make it even harder. So I haven't watched their videos on this yet just because I didn't want any tips or tricks and I didn't want to try and do anything that might copy them. So we're just going to go in blind and see whether I can actually do this challenge, but let's see how it goes. So as my little image here is actually taking up where our budget is, which is directly behind me, what I'm going to do is actually just put it up in this top corner here so that you can still see what our budget is as we're going through this build. So I think my first step, I guess, is to put down 32 tiles and we can get an idea of how big that actually looks. So this is 30 here, so I guess if you did a little additional one like that, then that's 32. So that is absolutely tiny. So obviously we can maybe try and trick some of it, get a couple more tiles just by doing corners on the whole thing. Let's do a couple of corners because I think that might help a little bit. We do actually need to reduce our amount down because I accidentally put in the incorrect amount in the first place anyway. So to do that, I'm literally just going to type in money and then the amount. Now we can go ahead and re-add that back in. So what I was thinking is we can do these little corners, which is going to give us, what does that do? 2 more squares, which is something. We still have another 2 squares that we still need to add on, so we have an additional 4 squares at the minute. I don't know why I'm doing it this very weird shape. I think it's just going to give us a few more squares. So because we have another 4 squares, that is actually enough for us to do this. I am going to just double check and make sure that that definitely is the correct amount though. Yeah, so that's exactly 32. So it's weirdly shaped like a skull. But I imagine what you can sort of do as well is maybe add a couple of bits onto the outside of the house. Obviously at the minute this is the point is obviously that it's a micro home, so we do have our micro home here. I literally have no idea how I'm going to make this so that it fits all of these things in that we need. It is going to be super difficult to actually do. So I don't even know, let's start out by putting our lights in. We also have such a small budget. I need to also think about what we're going to do with our bathroom because I don't really know where that's going to go either. My main problem is just literally I guess we could do extra walls and things coming off as well, but you can't just have them be the inside because that is the floor. This is so difficult so far. I don't know why I'm thinking a weirdly futuristic house would be good for this. I think I just need to work out where everything is going to be. So this is our very strange skull-shaped house. I actually kind of like the shape. I think it looks kind of cool. Obviously, I'm thinking our front door is this front section here where we have this little bit, but alternatively that could literally be the back of the house as well, but I think because it looks a little bit more unique, it is actually better just to keep it as the front. So for our bathroom, I'm thinking, what's a good shape here maybe? Does that allow us to fit everything in? Why am I so tempted to also just stretch this off here and we can have another bedroom there? This weirdly looks like a skull at the minute. I don't know why, but I kind of like it. Let's do that because I kind of like the shape. I think it looks like a weird bug skull thing, and we can have that be a room as well. I am obviously looking at this as well. I'm room wise, I guess we do kind of need more rooms. It's still really just difficult to try and think about how we're going to shape all of this out. Obviously alternatively we could do another little weird corner coming off of here. I guess the primary goal is that you can fit multiple Sims in. So I guess if you have a double bed, then obviously that's 2 Sims that you can fit in there, and then you could put a singular bed in one of these weird little off sections. So that does kind of work. I think I have an idea. Let's leave it as that for now, and then we'll go in and add in some lighting so that we have a better idea of what's going on. I guess I just pick the cheapest lighting for now, and we can go in and change it later if we need to. So I'm just going to put 1 in the middle, and then we'll do 1 in each of these little rooms. Then I guess let's kind of have a look at what it looks like from the outside, because obviously we're going to want to make it look nice from the outside as well. We do have to bear in mind though that we are kind of running out of money, so maybe I should just do that after. But what I do want to do is actually work out putting a little skylight in, just because I think that'll make it look a lot nicer. And we'll just stick it right in the center here, which I am going to have to move this little light that we just put in. Okay, and then I'm just going to add in a little skylight on top. Part of me is really tempted to actually make this look like a skull, mainly just because of the shape that we've picked, but I don't know if that's totally possible. I think it'll be fine. We'll leave it as is. So I'm gonna go with just this little top section here, which will then give us this nice little skylight for the rest of build, which as you can see, it lets in this gorgeous little light over on it like in the actual place itself. Let's go ahead and pick some doors, and then we'll need to go through it and pick whatever we're doing with the rest of this. I think it's probably a good idea to go ahead and just do like this like half wall maybe around the top as our like roof. Okay, we can't do that because it actually classes, as soon as we connect it up, it classes it as a room. But I wonder if we can actually cheat it a little bit and just do this. Yeah, okay, we can do that, so that's fine, as long as it's still got like a little bit of roof to it. I do think we need like a little bit of color in there, so I am kind of tempted to actually go with this kind of door so we could add some more light in. And I do kind of like that orange and black kind of color scheme that we've got going on. I might change this roof to be like that color as well. So we do have either the orange, or we could go with that like darker tone. It's like a weird color though, that front door. It's like almost blue. Let's go with this one, which is like white and orange. Actually, I think that one might be a bit better. I think the red's a little bit too like of a weirdly aggressive color, and then we can keep the white top that we've got. I actually can't tell if that door is white. It feels almost cream because it matches this color way better. In terms of our roof, I am actually really tempted to just go with that because I think that actually looks kind of cool. And then we need to pick our walls as well, which again I'm a little bit shook on whether I should do it as like a white or whether I should do it as this orange color that we're also incorporating. I'm gonna go with this sort of nice like brick color, just because I think that it looks a little bit better being incorporated into it, because it's kind of like almost in the middle of the orange and the white color that we've picked, so it does kind of give it that nice sort of blend. Okay, now that we've sort of done that part, we can go in and see about putting in some windows, which I think is a pretty important part to do with this, just because I still want to get in as much lighting as possible because it is such a small build. So I'm going to go ahead and add some big old windows there, and I might also just add them either on this corner, or we can add them just directly here. I am a little bit worried about how we're actually going to incorporate the kitchen into this, just because of the weird shape that we've picked. I guess it's going to have to be like this corner here, but I still don't know how we're going to fit everything. I'm going to go and maybe we'll stick them on these edges, and I'm going to do the same over here as well, and we'll do it on these bits too. Why not? Then it's not that expensive for the windows. They're only 20 each, although it may invade some privacy slightly in those ones, just because one of them is a bedroom and like the other one's a bathroom, so it's probably not the best idea, but it's fine. Then I think we're going to go with just this door because I quite like this door. I think it fits better in like all of the rest of the stuff that we've picked. So we need to also pick our walls and things too, which I am thinking just something more simplistic. We could even just do the thing that we did outside inside, but I think it looks a little bit too rustic. I think let's go with this one because it's got that border to it. It just makes it feel like just a little bit more homely. I'll do the same thing in there, but I might pick something different for the bathroom just so that it mixes it up a little bit. I think just like this quite like simplistic white tile works a bit better. Then I am thinking about just using like one wood tone that just goes across the entire thing, just because if you add too much different tones and then it starts, or like different textures and stuff, it starts to look a little bit odd. We do have like my favorite wood tone, which is just this one, that I do think I'm probably going to use this one just because it does look really nice in this. Cool, so we've laid out the basis for this house now, and I guess we can start going in and seeing if we can fit all of our bits in. The main bit I'm going to start with is our bathroom, just because I am a little bit worried that it's not actually going to work because there's so like it's such an odd shape. I am also now looking at this and I'm like, I don't know how I planned on actually having this be a like proper functioning bedroom, just because it also doesn't have enough space there either. I think what I'm going to have to do is actually section all of this off, and then we can just put these doors back after. I wanted the really cool shape, but I don't think it's going to be achievable, to be honest, just because you literally could fit a bed in there. I also don't even think I could fit a bed in this one, to be honest, as well. Yeah, so we can't fit a bed in here either. So I'm trying to work out if there's like a cheat way of me being able to do it. An alternative is that you actually have to go through the bathroom in order to get to the bedroom, which, to be honest, that kind of works, because then we can just put the bed here, which, yeah, like, I guess that works. It gives you one private room as opposed to, like, the rest, and then what we can do is we can use the micro, like, tiny living thing that, like, pulls out this thing, which I guess then that also gives us way more wall space if we do that as well. So I think I am going to do that, but that does give us less space in this bathroom, which is, again, going to cause a bit of problems. Let's see if we can work it out, though. So for our bathroom, we've got, obviously, we're going to need a shower, so I guess fit a shower somewhere around here. That is also causing issues, mainly just just because of the sizing of this shower. I mean, it might be okay. It should be okay. Let's put the shower in this corner here. I don't know why I picked, like, is that an expensive shower? And it's not that expensive. It's fine. And I'll just go with like a nice white one so that it blends in. And then I guess we put a toilet and a sink somewhere over here. I'm trying to think of a way that you can actually still walk through it. Because if I put a toilet here, can I then still get to the bedroom? Or does that become a problem? Can I put it there? Can the sim still walk past? I might have to do some tests with the sim that I already have on this lot. You get like 0 privacy in this house. There is a massive window there. Let's do a quick check and just double check that I can actually get through there. Okay, we are good. He can actually get all the way through, which is fine. As long as we can actually walk through it, then that's okay. That's the issue with this like sort of move objects thing. I did use just Alt to like slightly move it over towards the window, which I think might have helped. But obviously you don't need a cheat in order to do that. It's just sort of wiggling it around. It gives you like a little bit of wiggle room. It even lets you go into the wall a little bit as well, which is kind of wild because I don't have the cheat on at the minute. But we're just going to pop that there, and I'm going to grab a mirror as well. We're doing okay finance-wise. The bathroom is obviously like the more expensive part of it, in like with the shower and everything, but obviously the kitchen really is where all the money lies. So I'm gonna do the kitchen next, I think, just so that we know how much money we have. I am also gonna add in just this cute little, like, I don't even know, like plants just across this window here. I wish I could raise it up, I really do, but you need the moving cheat in order to actually do that, so that is incredibly annoying. Okay, so I've added like a couple more bits of decorations, and then it's looking a lot nicer now. So let's move over to where I sort of have the idea of our kitchen, which is going to be this larger section here. The only other thing I was thinking as well is that I guess if that's the kitchen, then this is where we would have the pull out like bed bit, and I am a little bit worried it's not going to do it if that door is there.
If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to like, share and subscribe.
So let's just do a quick test to see if that even works. Okay, we can't. That's really annoying. Okay, so that means that we might need to have it like here, which is, you know, like in the middle of the room. Not amazing. Trying to wonder if there's a way that we can rejig this where this is over here, but I don't think we can. Unless, actually, what if we put this here and this here, and then we can put this here? Nope, it doesn't let me do that. It can't go inside those objects. Okay, is there a different way of doing it? I can't think of another way of doing it. Unless you went into that room from the outside world. Also, I can't do that because that has to be there because of where the bed is going to be. Oh, this is so difficult. This is so annoying to try and work out. I mean, an alternative is that we could just do that where you don't have the sofa, but the sofa would actually be helpful because we don't have a seating area yet. Unless we put this here and put the sofa over here. That way it just kind of looks like neat storage. I mean, to be fair, that does actually kind of work. Yeah, I feel like that kind of works. It looks alright. Kind of wish you could change the like decorations and things on it. Let's just see if we can do our kitchen and then go from there, I guess. Because our kitchen then is literally so small that I don't think we can actually fit anything in there, which kind of ruins the idea. An alternative is that we would have to have the fridge like somewhere else, but that kind of ruins it too. I'm thinking we could have like a mini fridge just over here. I mean, it looks okay. We then just need an oven, and I guess we don't necessarily need a sink because we have a sink in the bathroom. I mean, it's kind of cheating. Let's just put our cabinets in and see what we can do from there. It almost looks like it actually lines up with this little cabinet that we've got here. I mean, it's actually kind of cool. I kind of like that. The fact that it does line up. Okay, so I did just realize something as well. We can put this like little mini oven on top of our fridge, which I did not realize that we could do that, and that saves like so much space. It doesn't look like super amazing, but it definitely saves us a lot of space just because we can do that though. And that actually allows us one countertop to decorate, one countertop to build things, like to make the actual food on, and then another one where we can have our sink. And I feel like that does kind of like just make it look overall so much better. Although the one thing that annoys me is this tiny little gap here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find anything without a cheat on that allows me to literally stick something in that corner there though. Because as you can see, it does not like me doing that. We can do a really tiny plant, or I could do a slightly bigger one and then size it up, but even then it's not really letting me do that. We'll see if we can pick something after. We can put a bin slightly there, but it just doesn't cover it, which is really just annoying the heck out of me. Another alternative is that we actually don't have like anything there, and we can actually just do this, which is literally the same thing, but we can't fit any decorations in there. But I actually don't really mind that as much either. So I think it's fine. We'll do that, and then that allows us a little bit more space, I guess, to decorate as well. So it's looking okay. We aren't too bad. I mean, this is a little bit ugly, but we might be able to put something next to it just to make it look a little bit prettier. But now that we've got that in, we have 3,600 simoleons left. Let's go have a look at our bedroom, just because we do need another single bed. I'm just thinking something a little bit more simplistic. Obviously, we want to try and keep color palette. So something like this looks kind of nice. Yeah, because I mean, it's got blue in it, and we don't really have a lot of blue going on. Let's see if there's anything else. This one's kind of cool. I mean, it's a little bit too green though, actually. Can get it in this slightly different color though, and I think I like this one a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. So we've got our single bed here, and then we've got our double bed here. So we do have all 3 Sims fitting in there, and then just go ahead and add in our final bits of decoration. We do have a space for either a dining table or like a little sofa there as well. I'm thinking that we go with a little sofa because we could actually maybe fit a dining table there. Let's have a look. My only concern is obviously because we've got a door there that it might not let us do that. It's not the end of the world if we can't do that, because we could just put one outside. Yeah, it only lets us do 1 chair, so we'll do one outside as like a little outdoor seating area, and we'll put a sofa here. Kind of like this sofa, just because it does look like a little bit comfier, and it definitely matches the color palette that we've got. If we can just shift it over a bit, it's looking all right. I think actually let's pick a slightly different sofa. I don't know if we can get one in like a slightly brighter color maybe, just because that one that we picked there doesn't exactly fit. This one's quite nice, but I don't know if it fits the modern aesthetic that we've kind of gone with. I actually like this one more, but it still has the same sort of more dull color palette. We could pick something bright like as a picture behind it though, just to like liven it up a bit. I think we definitely also need like a lot more plants around, because we do not have enough plants. Let's just quickly zoom out and just go to our outside area for a second, just because I want to make sure that we can decorate that too just a little bit. I've added in a little mailbox, and I do just want to add in a dining table and chairs, which I think I'm going to do here because we could put something on this wall here too. I'm going to go with this cute little one here because it matches the kind of color palette that I think we're going for. I guess it's not really the same shade, which is kind of annoying. So we've added in our little dining table and chairs, and now I'm just trying to find something that we can do to decorate this little outside section here, just to make it look a little bit nicer when you're outside and eating. Ooh, what if we did just like some of these pretty little flowers along here? How does that look? That's quite nice. I think we might need to move the chair, like the table and chairs out a little bit, but that looks okay. Let's just have a quick look and double check there's nothing else that I think might look a little bit better. I actually wonder, does this look kind of cool? Because then you've got like a covered section to actually be able to have like your food and things. I actually do kind of like that idea. I might go with that. There are other ones, but they're like way bigger and won't actually cover the area that they're having the food. Yeah, I'm going to go with this just because I think it does kind of look better, and we're definitely going to pull that in so that then you're completely covered while you're actually having your food, and it just makes it look a little bit more like unique. I think we can actually pull it up a little bit without needing a cheat. Okay, we have about 2,000 remaining to decorate, so I'm just going to basically go around and just make it look a little bit nicer in terms of like little bits of flowers and things in places. We've got like barely anything in the like actual bedroom as well, so we kind of need to add some more stuff there. But let's start off with, I guess, just going through and adding in some plants and things. I want like a little plant on top of this table. Then we can head on inside, where I did want like another plant in this corner and stuff as well, if I can find one that actually fits, because that might actually be a bit of a struggle. Or we can do one in this corner because that does fit there. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. I like that. Actually, maybe would this be better being white? I feel like that does actually look a little bit better. Then we could maybe add like some little robes over here. I want there's like a dish rack or something as well that I kind of want to include. Yeah, this one that you can just put like directly above the sink. I'm gonna include this as well just to add a little bit more into it. Or we could actually add maybe something a little bit different, just because it does take up quite a lot of space, because we've got quite like a short build. This one's quite nice to be fair, but I'm going to want to line it up somewhat with this little rack that we've got, like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Then we can add a couple of decorations onto there as well. There we go. So I'm just going to add a little picture behind there. We've added in our shelf with some little bits on it in the kitchen. I am tempted by a rug just to kind of pull everything in together, but we are really running out of money now. But I feel like this rug here really kind of pulls in the room a little bit. I'm going to go with it on a slightly smaller scale, and I think that looks really gorgeous. So then we can move over to our last room, which is the bedroom, which we have 519 still remaining in order to do a little bit of decorating. I have just realized as well, we do not have a cupboard anywhere in here, like somewhere to get changed and stuff and actually plan clothes. So I'm half tempted to see if we can maneuver some things around and maybe put one on this door here just instead, so that we actually do have somewhere, even if it's just like something little. I have something in mind because I think there is one that's kind of skinny and small. Yeah, we've got these ones which are quite small, and these kind of fit with the same kind of color scheme that we're going with. If we can just stick that in the corner, but that does cost 500, so we now have barely anything to decorate this bedroom. But I think even if we just pick like one thing to go on the wall, and that's still better than nothing. I might move this picture that we have in the bathroom just because we don't need as much decoration as we have in this actual bathroom. So we have 249. I don't know whether we're going to be able to get 2 pictures for that, but if we can, that would be great. I'm really tempted to include this just because it's so big and it's sort of like a tapestry type thing, and it looks pretty cool against this back wall here, so I might include that there. And that only costs 65 as well, which gives us plenty of room to still add a picture on this wall here. I think I'm just going to go more simplistic, and we can just go with these little like skateboards. We still have 84 remaining as well, so I might just see if there's anything that we can do on the outside of the house to make it look a little bit nicer, which I definitely want to do like some paths and things, and obviously we're going to want to add a little bit of dirt around all of our objects just to make it look like a little bit more realistic. Okay, and then I want to do like a little path as well, just leading up to this front door here, which I think the idea is that I'm gonna go like basically just shape wise. Okay, so that was basically what I was thinking. It kind of came out pretty good actually compared to what I was actually thinking originally. And then obviously we could add in some little trees and stuff as well, just to make it feel a little bit more like it's actually a part of a lot and not just a random object that's just been placed there. I'm only going to add like 2 because they are kind of expensive. We do not have enough money though in order to go ahead and add anything else except for like this little tree here, but I think that's fine. We've got 19 remaining, so I'm just going to have a quick look and see if there's any other final decorations we could add anywhere that costs that little. We do have this very tiny little seedling that I might just include like just on the edge of this there, just to add a little bit something else to it, because that only costs 10, but now we have 9 remaining, which I don't actually think there's anything we can add for 9. We do have a few like stickers and stuff, but of course that's not really the same thing, as it originally didn't allow us to use like the move objects cheat. I assume that it also would like us to not use the like debug cheat as well, just because that would kind of make sense. We can actually put another thing on top of here, which is like these little fake flowers, but I don't think they look really good in this build just because they don't really match with it. So I think that's actually kind of it. I'm going to leave it on the 9 simoleons that we have remaining, and I actually think that it came up looking kind of cool. I'm kind of glad that it looks the way that it does. And there is our micro build challenge complete. I think that this was definitely one of the more difficult challenges that I've done. The hardest part was not being able to use move objects cheat, which of course means that all of the items are completely usable, but it makes it incredibly difficult to actually place things in such a tiny lot and with such a small restriction on only 32 tiles. It is obviously incredibly difficult as well to have it so that it fits 3 sims. I think that if it was only going to fit 1 though, it would be a bit too easy, because obviously we wouldn't have to have that additional pull-out bed in the middle of the room. But let me know what you think of this build in the comments below, and be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I post long content like this every Wednesday and Friday at around 6 PM, and I try to post shorts the rest of the week. And if you enjoyed this video, on the screen now is another recommended video, so check that one out too, and I hope you all have a great evening.